Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Gali329 here, and today we have the LEGO Bionicle 2015 set review on Gali, Master of Water. The set number is 70786, ages 7 through 14, contains 87 pieces, and the set retails for about $15 US. Here's a front look at your box. There is the back of the box. The set includes one instruction manual that has 28 pages of building. And here she is, guys, Gali, Master of Water herself. Of course, she does include one of the new skull spiders. This one here is molded in silver. It looks very cool. We'll start off by taking a close look at Gali's legs, which actually offer a lot of interesting things about this set, specifically around her feet. She has those pieces that we saw on Lego's axes in my last review being used kind of as flippers on her feet, and I actually think it looks pretty well. It's a pretty cool inclusion with her legs right here. And then her armor is also pretty interesting. She has some gunmetal armor right there with little like spikes on the end, kind of like as fins, which looks pretty cool. And you can kind of see the blue armor right there. The blue is a different blue color than we're used to for Gali. This blue is an azure kind of blue that actually looks pretty cool in my opinion. I think that's a good change for this figure. While the legs are pretty interesting, the arms are about as boring as can get. Besides the shoulder pad kind of armor towards the top of the armor, that's an interesting design. Not actually sure how I feel about it. It's a little too bulky for Gali right here, but the arms, very underwhelming design. And of course, Gali here is an aquatic character, so she has an aquatic weapon, which is a trident, and honestly, this weapon here looks very lame by itself. However, if you take her flippers off on her feet and kind of flip some of the weapon pieces around, it makes it way bigger. Now it kind of looks ridiculous. It's a pretty cool looking weapon in this mode. It's a little too ridiculous. It's kind of heavy too, and it's really big. So the weapons here for Gali are not my favorite. And of course, Gali here does have the gear function, which works very well right there. And here's a close look at Gali's torso. She features the exact same Under Armour piece that Pohatu had, and she has an exclusive chest print right there, which I actually think LEGO did a very good job on this chest print. It's really nicely colored, so I think it's a very good job with that chest print right there. And then here, of course, is the mask. This mask falls onto the same boat that Leia's mask did. As its own mask piece, it looks pretty cool. As a mask representing the character Gali, not so much. Honestly, this is a terrible Gali mask. One, it does not look anything like the original Gali mask, and two, it's not feminine at all. This is a pretty masculine mask in my opinion, and it just does not represent a female character well at all in my opinion. It's a decent looking mask on the whole, and of course you get it in the pearly gold color right there, which is pretty cool, and you also can swap it out for the skull spider, and actually the skull spider looks pretty good on this figure because silver is kind of one of her colors to begin with, so putting a silver skull spider actually looks pretty decent in my opinion. But besides that, I'm not a big fan of this mask. For articulation, Gali is actually very good. Her head has a full range of movement, her arms have a pretty good range of movement. Even despite these giant armor pieces, these things can adjust, so you can actually pose her arms in lots of different poses. She bends at the elbow, the wrist moves, the legs move here, the knees bend, and the feet move. You're going to have to calibrate using these pieces when standing her up because these parts here aren't completely flat like the feet, so it's kind of hard to get her to stand up sometimes, but besides that, a very cool, articulated, and posable figure. Alright guys, final word here on Gali, Master of Water. As a character, Gali has always had a special place in my heart for a couple reasons. One, she's blue, and blue is probably my favorite color. And two, Gali was the first ever Bionicle figure that I got way back in the day. I got her first because she was blue, and of course, Gali being my first Bionicle, that means that Gali has a special place in my heart. So it pains me to say this, that Gali here is the worst of these new Bionicle 2015 figures. Now that being said, saying Gali is the worst is like saying one NFL team is the worst of all the playoff teams. They're all the best teams, but this one is the worst of the best, which is not saying a whole lot bad, but it's not a good thing either. Gali has some really nice pieces, she has some really cool things going for her, but for some reason her design just doesn't really mesh with me. She's a little bit too bulky, she does not look feminine enough in my opinion, and I'm just not a big fan of her mask either. So my final rating for Gali here is going to be a 6.5 out of 10. But those are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this figure down in the comments section down below. And guys, don't forget to also like this video, favorite the video, and share it with all your friends. And also don't forget to subscribe to this channel and subscribe to my video game channel. There'll be a link in that description down in the below. And also more links in the description will be for my Facebook, my Twitter, and Instagram. You can like and follow me on all of those pages. And guys, I hope to see you guys next time with more LEGO Bionicle 2015 set reviews. I'll see you guys later. Bye.